Here we are sort of sitting between Los Angeles and Minneapolis. That's Marla's Memory Lane Supper Club, and rocking all the way from Copper Harbor to Starbuck to Glenwood and Los Angeles and Minneapolis-St. Paul Freeway, Eddie Cleanhead Vinson with Red Holloway, Jack McDuff and Shuggy Otis, Richard Reed and Paul Humphrey. And on the other end of the line, we manage through time, through the rain and space, to contact Eddie Vinson. Good evening.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm just fine. How are you?
Okay, hanging.
Well, you're more than just hanging. After observing you in person last night, you're spreading the message and good gospel of not only the blues, but your influence on the bebop tradition.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing the best I can, baby.
You know, I remember you with Cootie Williams a long time ago, about 1944. Am I right about that?
Yeah, but you're not that old, little boy. You ain't that old.
Oh, you'd be surprised. You were playing the Savoy Ballroom, I think.
Yeah, Savoy, man. That was during the days you had the two bands on the stand, you know. Savoy Sultans and Cootie. We would play, you know, one set. It was continuous music, you know, a continuous thing.
The Savoy band, like Al Cooper, that was...
Al Cooper and the Savoy Sultans.
That was a magnificent band.
Look, man, let me tell you, it was only about 6 of them.
That's right, and they made...
They rocked that house, boy. They would rock the house.
They sounded like 18 on the stage.
They really did. Little Rudy alto player, Raz, and Al, and all the guys. I can see them playing in my, and you know, my sight right now, but most of the guys are gone now.
Oh, memories indeed. I know this session that you cut recently at Marla's Memory House in May.
Yeah.
Is a splendid session, and you teamed with Etta James too in some of this work, and it turned out as if all of us could be transported right there.
Well, it was a wonderful. We had a wonderful session there with, you know, Brother Jack and Red, you know, and the guys. It was just it was a leisure set. It was real nice, you know. There was no pressure or nothing. So I guess it came out pretty. I heard some of the things yesterday off it. I'd never heard it, sets, you know, from the studio. But I liked it pretty good.
Well, I know you've been involved in so many sessions and so many memorable dates, but among them, of course, there are certain little shades in memory that stand out, like that Savoy scene with the Al Cooper and the Savoy Sultans on one side, and you and the Cootie Williams band on the other.
Yeah, I'm telling you, boy, that was beautiful. It was so beautiful. Then in the old days, you know, we used to have a place in New York that used to call Minton's Playhouse.
Yes, and you were a part of that scene.
A little bit.
Well, when you did hang out at Minton's, what do you recall about those sessions?
Monk had a house band at Minton's at that time.
Where he was distilling all his new formulas.
Yeah, he and Kansas Fields and a couple more, you know, more of the old guys. You know, and when we'd get off from the Savoy at night, then we would all go down, me and Bud Powell and George Treadwell, you know, we'd get off the gig and go down there after we got off. Of course, you could stay there until about 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, everybody dragging out of there around about 8 o'clock in the morning.
Well, there's a lot of music made.
It was a fun thing. You had the Ben Welch, you had the Don Bodge, you had the, you know, all prayers and everybody, you know, come in there, man. It was a wonderful era. That's $1 million to me.
The giants were there, and the styles and the music was being forged on the spot for all time.
It was a creation thing at that time, you know. Everybody was trying to change their ideas, and, you know, was trying to change the thing around. And I happened to be out there at that time.
You're a modest man, Eddie Vinson.
No, not really, you know.
Oh, I think you are.
Had a lot of nice little time with Bird. And
what do you remember about Bird, for example?
Well, I can tell you one thing. I first saw Bird in 39, he was playing with Jim McShann's band at this time.
Out of Kansas City.
Yeah, it was a territorial band at the time, you know. So, a little story here. I was kind of a little cocky saxophone player back in the day. And so we had a gig, both of us had a gig in the same time in Shreveport. And when their dance gave out, they came to our place. And everybody thought I'd heard Bud before. I'd never heard Bud before, you know. And I'm down there practicing on my brand new horn, took the paper off the horn, and, you know, it's going to blow like I'm playing Cherokee and all that stuff. So in the race, about 5 hours when the thing gave it, they all came over to where we played. We had a session, me and Arnett Cobbs and, you know, Illinois. And here come Bud walking in there. And I jumped on Cherokee, and I made a very, very bad mistake.
What was that?
I started playing Cherokee.
Yes.
And I made a mistake. And so I kidnapped Bud. I kept Bud about 3 days from Jim McShann. They didn't know where he was. So I took him from Shreveport to Houston, because I told him I was going to give him a little present. It's in the books. If you listen, I told him I would give him a present. I moved my wife out of the room. Me and Bud slept together. Every morning before we ate breakfast, I took him out in the barn.
And practiced?
Yeah, we went out in the barn, and my daddy's barn, boy. Yeah, that's how close, you know, that's where it was, you know.
Well,
all the way through years, we were, you know, it was one of those things.
Eddie Vinson, you're a teacher and a scholar, and I'm sure that Coltrane thanks you too.
Yeah, you know, that little boy, he didn't want to play no tenor, you know, at that time. He didn't not want to play the tenor. But the way my book was written, I had to have a tenor and, you know, either trombone, you know.
Yes.
So that we did from New York all the way through California, all the way up to Vancouver. Well, we was out about a month, you know, or 2 months. And when we got back, you know, I had Red Garland. You know, Red was with us then.
A marvelous pianist.
And when we got back, you know, back east again, and then, you know, things got kind of funny. So they, Red and Coltrane went with Miles at that time. So they went on with Miles. So that was with some of my group, you know, some of the boys.
Eddie, it's a pleasure to hear you recount your surroundings and your colleagues and the people that you influenced.
No, those are my babies. I love them.
And we love you.
Thank you very much.
I know you're going on stand at the Artist Quarter, and for taking time out to talk with us and reminisce about those days at Minton's and Savoy and Kansas City. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Good talking with you.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye now.
Bye.